The Bank of America is reporting on some very undervalued asset classes, and we're going to be talking about those in today's video. Welcome back, guys, to the Independent Experience. I'm IndyXP Bullion, and this is your morning market wake-up call for Wednesday, April 7th, 2021. Let's go ahead and take a look at those markets and see where we're starting today off at. Gold is up nicely, currently at 1741.08. Silver had some gains yesterday, but we are starting to backpedal some, currently at 25.03. That gives us a ratio of 69.55. Platinum is up nicely, currently at 1236.42. And palladium is starting to come back down from its highs yesterday. It's down significantly already, currently at 2644.77, and rhodium is up significantly, currently at $28,000 even. In base metals, we are starting to see some recovery there. Copper is back over $4, currently at $4.06. Nickel is also up at $7.44. Aluminum up at $1.02. Zinc at $1.27, and lead is steady at 88 cents. Barrels of crude oil dropped below $60 recently, and it is trying to get back over that mark, currently at $59.90. We saw losses on Wall Street yesterday after we saw record gains earlier in the week. The Dow was down 96 points yesterday, closing out at 33,430.22. The NASDAQ was down 7 points at 13,698.38, and the S&P 500 was down just 4 points at 4,073.94. The US dollar index has dropped significantly since the last video. We are well under 93, on our way to 92, currently at 92.20. If you guys trade in Bitcoin, those are down significantly, although we're starting to see a little bit of recovery there. It is at 56,125.76, and if you happen to exchange gold back this morning, whether that be the Utah, the Nevada, or the New Hampshire, those are exchanging for $3.71. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, we are starting to see word of Bank of America is giving us some insight into some cheap, underappreciated asset classes. Let's take a look and see what they have to say. This comes to us from Anna Golubova from Kitco News. It is titled, Real Assets Appear Cheap, Bank of America on Owning Precious Metals, Real Estate, and Art. Right now might be the time to finally splurge on real estate items such as diamonds, vintage cars, art, precious metals, real estate, or even a fine bottle of wine, according to Bank of America. The reason is that real assets appear cheap relative to financial assets such as U.S. stocks, said Bank of America Chief Investment Strategist Michael Hartnett in a note to clients. Hartnett's analysis shows real assets, including commodities, real estate, and collectibles, at their lowest level since 1925 relative to financial assets such as stocks and bonds. Here is the summary of Bank of America's case for owning real assets. They are cheap compared to financial assets. They serve as an inflation hedge. They diversify portfolios. They are underowned at the moment, and they are scarce. Hartnett noted that the rising inflation pressure is a critical factor, adding that inflation could be at an inflection point. Quote, we believe we are at a secular turning point for both inflation and interest rates, Hartnett said back in March. We believe 2020 likely marked a secular low point in inflation and interest rates due to the reversal of the deflationary secular factors, fiscal excess, and an explosive I can't even say that word, cyclical opening of the global economy, creating excess demand for goods, services, and labor. Higher inflation will weigh on stock returns over this coming decade, he added. Bank of America recommends looking at both direct and indirect ways to get exposure of real assets. Direct exposure could be gained through items such as real estate, precious and industrial metals, farmland, energy, diamonds, wine, art, and cars. Indirect ways to invest include ETFs such as Invesco S&P 500 Equal Weight Real Estate ETF or the SPDR S&P Global Infrastructure ETF. Also, REITs and specialized funds that will focus on real assets such as fine art groups and classic car funds work well. So, Bank of America is saying it's time to diversify and get yourself into some real assets. And I want to talk about that because I do have, we don't talk about this very often on the channel, but I do have some alternative investing strategies that I employ. I still do the precious metals. I actually just picked up a whole tube of 2020 American Silver Eagles last week or the week before. Picked up a tube of $50, picked up some dimes. Of course, we picked up the gold backs we had on the last video. So we're still in the game, but we are diversified as of last year. We actually started in on Rally Road, which is an alternative investing platform that covers a lot of the things that Bank of America said that you should be looking at. So I've got my portfolio pulled up here. I don't think there's any information on there. So you really can't see it. It's really bright. There we go. Turn it like this maybe. So I have about almost $1,900 invested in here, and I've got a lot of different assets that I have invested in. So this is mostly going to be sporting memorabilia, sports cards, but they do a lot with sports cars as well. Video games, wine, other types of random memorabilia that you can invest in. Yesterday, I bought 5 shares of Jack Nicklaus's rookie card. These are micro shares. It's an SEC. Rally Road is an SEC sanctioned trading platform, so it is regulated. So you will get tax forms from them, which is important. Don't get me wrong; you have to pay Uncle Sam, but that's kind of how you know it's going to be legit, and it's going to be moderately safe. You know, you're not going to invest and then somebody run off with your money because you're not actually holding these assets, obviously. But this is a good way to get exposure into these undervalued asset classes. So a couple days ago, I think it was Monday, I got this. This is a lottery ticket signed by George Washington. So interesting purchase there. Sports cards. Last week we purchased a case, shares in a case of a 2020 Rothschild wine. Very tasty, I'm sure. I obviously can't afford to purchase it. Bought a box of Pokemon cards. It's obviously very, very popular. Different sporting cards that I've purchased. We got X-Men. This is a comic book, 1963 X-Men #1. So very cool. Let's see, we got Nolan Ryan rookie card. Diego Maradona rookie card. This one's a cool one. This is actually the floor. Let me see if I can change the contrast here on this. Maybe make it look a little bit better for you guys. There we go. So this is the floor from the Lakers arena when Kobe Bryant retired. So when his last game, they retired the number and put it on the floor. We got more sports cards. We got Wayne Gretzky rookie card. Very cool. Got a couple shares of that. This one's this one's cool. This is a Triceratops skull. So I actually own a little bit of a dinosaur. This is Deaton, the Triceratops we bought into. Michael Jordan's signing day jersey from the Bulls. Very, very cool indeed there. This one almost broke the platform. This is a Pele rookie card. Of course, Pele is regarded as one of the greatest soccer players of all time. Got an original condition, original packaging, 1998 Grand Theft Auto. So if you guys were video game fans back in the day, obviously you guys probably played a lot of Grand Theft Auto. This one's probably going to go up in value here real soon. This is a Tiger Woods rookie card, autographed. So yeah, a lot of interesting things here. This is a signed first edition of Jack Kerouac's On the Road. So there's also books on the Rally Road platform. Like I said, it's not just cars. I only own one car, micro share in one car. And we'll get to that. Let's see, where's that at? Here we go. This is a 1989 Porsche 911. This one was actually owned by Jerry Seinfeld at one point. Obviously, a very cool car guy, very funny guy, and I'm a big Jerry Seinfeld fan. So very cool. I own the radio knob on that car, I think. So, and this one came up on Christmas Day. Actually, I bought into this one. This one is the complete set of Bulls championship rings. So, Rally Road, I'm going to post a link down below to their website. So if you guys are interested in taking a look at what they have coming up this week, I don't know if they've got anything. So they got a box of Pokemon coming up on Friday. This one's cool. This one's coming up in a couple weeks. This is a copy of the Declaration of Independence that you can buy share of. So, hiya, honey. Yep. Melissa just texted in. So, we got some cars trading this week. Actually, the Porsche 911 is trading tomorrow. So, it's a very intuitive app. There's a few little quirks about it, but you get used to those pretty quick. So, it doesn't look like there's anything else really for sale this week, but they've got new things coming up for sale every week, and then things do come up for trade at least every 3 months. If it's a popular item, they do open up for trading a little bit more often. Rally Road is just the platform I use. There is a lot of different apps and websites out there that you can use for alternative investing. Otis, collectibles, and there's just a lot of them out there you can choose. Rally Road was the one that really introduced me to it. I am on collectibles as well, but I don't invest as much over there. So, all right. So that's kind of go into what I do as an alternative investment strategy. Do you guys have an alternative investment strategy? Are you already having exposure into things like the Declaration of Independence and Jerry Seinfeld's Porsche? Be interested to hear what your guys' strategies are and what investments you guys have outside of the precious metals market. Down below in the comments, be interested to hear what you have to say. All right, guys. I do greatly appreciate every single one of you. And if you happen to appreciate old NDXP bullion, let me know by hitting that like button. Helps me out immensely. If you happen to be new to the independent experience and you want to keep up to date on when all the latest and greatest content comes out, make sure you hit the subscribe and jingle bell right there in the corner, bing bong, so you can keep notified of when new content comes out. Of course, I'm going to pop the box up over here on this side of the screen. This is the gateway to the back catalog. You can start clicking through these at your heart's content at the end of this one. Guys, I've been IndieXP Bullion from the Independent Experience, and I'm here again to remind you, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find your pockets heavy.